Yeah, I'm just finishing the second coat now.
What's that now, Biff? Biff Johnny? No. Now don't you call me. I don't want to have to give you the boss hog treatment again now, Johnny Biffily there.
No, okay, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was, I'm just starting on the second coat now.
Irgendwas. Irgendwas. Steve, ich weiß es. Vater am Versuch, Skala schauen. Wofür mit? Ich bin wofür. Vater am Versuch, Skala schauen. Wofür mit? Ich bin wofür. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Vince Kral, and oh geez here, yeah, we got this fan that it's not working. So let me plug it in and make sure something's not working right before you take it apart. Okay. Oh sure, yeah, it's not even doing anything. All right. Make sure it was plugged in, yeah. Okay, so let me go get some tools and we'll figure this thing out. Okay, so I got my tools here. I don't have a toolbox. This is something my fiance Nikki, it has, I think you hang plants in it, but we put all our tools in it. So it's a tool basket, and it's got Darth Vader on the front. It's really not handy at all, but we'll put it right here. Hopefully I have the tools I need in there. So, looks like a Phillips screwdriver. Bang, first one out of the chute. It's like a weird triangle. Uh-oh. Oh, I know. First, always make sure it's unplugged when you start messing around anywhere near the fan. Bad things will happen. This is actually a metal fan too. It's a nice little fan. It's pretty new, so it should be working. Also, I like to have a couple of just dinner rolls laying around and lemon slices. Actually, those are just left over from dinner. You don't need lemon slices for this. Okay. There's like a little screw there too. What the hell? There's a tiny, teeny little screw right here. Oh, there we go. Okay. And is there a little nut in there? It's a little tiny screw, and it's actually got like a little nut, so I have to get the little vice grips out. Luckily, they're in my tool basket. Oh, sure, they're in there. Just look at the tool. You have some needle nose right there. All right. Needle nose vice grips, so we can just clamp that on there. It'll hold it. Okay, back it out a little bit. If you don't know how to use this tool, just send me a message. Make a video on how to use vice grips. I'm sure if you just Google it, maybe somebody will have that. I don't know. Some of these things just come naturally to me, so I don't think about it. And still recording, yeah, still recording. Hopefully you're still watching. Okay, I think I got it right. So basically there's a little tiny nut. And I got it. Yeah, I'll come show you this in a second. But look at that tiny little nut. He's a nut, that one. Look at that little guy. Got to be careful not to drop that. In fact, I'm not even going to take this apart. The vice grips, see, they stay clamped. So I don't want to pop that open because it'll go on the floor and I'll never find it. But I'm going to just set that there and hopefully get this thing working. Want to make sure you have plenty of water too. No, I'm just kidding. That was also just kind of sitting there. There we go. Okay. All right, we have that off. Let's go ahead and take this time to stop what we're doing here and clean this off and talk about this for about 5 minutes.
The one thing I don't have in my tool basket is DW40. The video that I went and watched on YouTube to figure this out, the guy sprayed it right in there and then it worked. So I'm going to pause it and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I was going to take you guys out in the garage, but it is it's something out there. It's another video, another adventure. I found the DW40. The one thing we got to make sure that anytime you use anything that sprays, especially with those straws, like don't point it at your eyeball and don't hit this. Just kidding. No, for real though. Especially if you're in the visual arts like me, you got to take care of your peepers by any means necessary. So I don't have a good pair of safety goggles here. But of course, you know, I'll find something. So there we go. Shake it up a little bit. You spray it. Oh, there we go. You just spray it in there. Let it kind of work in. And be careful with these blades, they're sharp. Alright, so the guy in the video had this back part all the way off and plugged it in to turn the thing on. I'm not doing that unless this doesn't work. But so let's everybody watch your fingers. No way. It totally works now. It's coming after me. Kenny? Alright. That's pretty much it. I'm going to put this thing back together. I don't think we need a video for that. I'm going to clean up some of the extra residue. And then after I unplug it first. Always unplug it. Before you get your hands in there, for obvious reasons, because you're going to do the old, like, so you're going to move them around. Alright, enough of that. That's how you fix a fan. Alright, so I got the music blasting outside, so this is around behind my garage. So I built this stage, which is 8x8, and this wall's 8x8. This is the exact size of my space in Vermont. So I'm going to build my installation here and make it so I can break it apart, put in my car, drive up there, and it'll just go together there. So that's the plan. Hope you enjoy this. It kind of fogged up a bit because we were inside of the AC, so hopefully when I come back it'll be better. But let's take this time to talk about construction etiquette. So like if I'm like the manager or I guess I should know the terminology if I'm going to do that, but step one, if you're going to be the construction I can't think of the name. Foreman. I'm Foreman Kral. Welcome to your first day on the job. First things first is foreman's always got to be smoking a cigarette. You know, he's always got to be talking to people about what they're doing. You know, we're going to get those girder beams over there. No. Clarence has got to bring the truck first. And you never speak in coherent sentences, you know. But don't smoke; it's bad for you. Get like an e-cigarette if you have to do it for a bit. Okay. So these are the plans. They're not really plans; they're crosswords. Also, you got to have giant, oversized tea. This is actually kind of weak. It's just a giant tea. It should be like a big gulp or something, preferably. Alright, so let's come over here. I got my, you have to have a table to work on. So, I'm actually shooting, yeah, you don't just set stuff down. You gotta be like that. You gotta have always authoritarian. This is gonna be a shot from the movie. I gotta get into acting mode. I don't really know how this is gonna work. What we'll probably do is just end up editing out the sound and just use the visuals. But the idea is that I'm finding clues from the universe in these crossword puzzles. I'm trying to figure out what it all means. And so I'm gonna take notes in here and try and figure it out. This is probably a really bad shot, but part of the movie process is that it needs to be a little bit bad so that people actually want to collaborate with me and make it. I mean, if I could pull this off and just shoot the movie by myself and it actually is good and I could show it to people, fine. But the other second part of that is that I hopefully will change, people will do different scenes. I already have somebody I want to play a younger version of me. It's a lot better looking. I'm losing weight, but not enough. So I have to, and I'm getting older. So I gotta hire a young gun. I gotta, stunt double now. Plus I ripped my rotator cuff. Yeah, so I gotta really be careful. I like to go down the stairs a lot. That's a real stunt. So this is probably enough dibble dabble right there. Alright, so I'm gonna make some cuts. Always wear safety glasses, no matter what. Gotta protect the papers. Keep the peeps. Keep the peace. Remember, you always have to keep the peeps. Alright. Things I've come to realize lately is that construction materials like 2x4s, plywood, they're like Legos for me. Like, I just can build weird stuff, like, instantaneously. I'm not bragging, it's not a big deal, but like, some people might not even enjoy it, but I really do. Feel it here? Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm freaking concentrating. I like your fucking nuts tonight. So you probably can't hear it because you're around the corner, but I got on Joe Satriani surfing with an alien. It's just sizzling guitar, there's no vocals. And it's just like that. It's good to let the surrounding areas know that like we're mean serious business back here. So I just realized I made a mistake. It's not a big one though. I thought these two sheets of plywood were the same width. So this side is actually like a couple inches wider. That's why that's not freaking centered. It's not a big deal because all I have to do is shave a couple inches off that, and then just center it on the wall. I'll be back in business. Alright. This is gonna be so freaking rad. Okay. There's that bunch of clouds. Looks kind of rain. But before I pack everything up, before it rains, you gotta get in there and kind of perform with it, you know? It's real heavy. Welcome to the ground. This is the part where they're like, oh, looks like it's gonna rain. This is kind of scary. Okay. Too bad we don't have Bill Paxton. We're gonna get Dorothy up. Alright, bye everybody. Oh, is the red light on? Okay, so I'm just uploading the Ability Vince Corp that I am so stoked on it. It's gonna take like 43 minutes. I thought it came out really well, and I guess funny. Kind of relaxing now and kind of chilling out. There's Louie.
Okay, so the whole reason I got the video out was I made these little pizzas. When I spilled a bunch of cheese like that, I was
Like, oh, I just used one of my cards to clean that up and realized that
these brand new business cards I got, Vincentology, actually serve a valuable purpose.
Make sure I'm getting good. Actually serving a valuable purpose there. So these are my little pizzas I make. They're really just kind of like quesadillas, but just like pepperoni, probably way too much. I just throw it in the oven.
Yeah. But since I've been 3 months today without drinking any beer, and not a single one, and I've really been trying to eat better, and start trying to lose weight. It's kind of starting to work. Put this right. Yeah, let's see. I'm not trying to show off, but I am. Look around. I weighed in. I finally broke in 210. 210, 221. This is the worst shirt to wear for that. Don't lose all the weight. I keep saying that. But no, I don't. It's been years since I weighed less than 210. 206 is the least I got. I'm hovering like 208 right now. So about to stop these midnight snacks. Do some more exercise. I need to shoot some fight scenes for the movie. That'll be some exercise. Happy 4th of July. Let's see that. Hey, I'm just trying to get some random footage, but also doing a call. We got Speed, the trailer for Being There, Dear Sellers. I'm gonna post it in the comments of this video. I was trying to do this live, but they wouldn't work. And so, maybe you can watch it. Pick out the character you want to be. I'm gonna be Dear Sellers guy. I'm gonna be Vince the artist instead of Chance the Gardener. And so I'm gonna do all the dialogue changes a little bit, and I'll change dialogue for the trailer. So if you want to play with the characters, email me, and I'll send you or message me, give me contact info, and I'll send you your script for that character. And all you have to do is shoot it to look as close to the trailer as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the whole project's about doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like someone else put it in characters. I don't have time. I have to know less than 2 weeks out the door. So I need people to help me. Help me, Facebook. Help. So you know what I'm about the project I'm doing? So worry about that. So just look at it, watch the trailer, it's like 2 minutes, 45 seconds. See, is there any person on there that I can sit there and say those lines, just be normal. You don't have to act. Just learn the lines and just say them. And then you can videotape it. This coming Thursday night, I'm having a video shooting party. You can do that if you want. Or if you can shoot on your own, you want to do it, shoot it, send it to me. Even if this is like a year later, and it's year 2020, I know future that's telling you, go ahead and look at the thing, pick a character, and shoot it, send it to me. I'm gonna keep making multiple versions of this 2.5 minute trailer. So the end of time. That's it. That's short. I told you that I am going to start my own religion. To be clear, this is not a cult. It's really just a religion for me. A way for me to take just the good from everything I experience, turn it into inspiration to live a better life. There are no wrong answers. As long as the consequences of your actions do not harm others. Fantastic Four. Harold and Maude, 7 years in Tibet, coming next week, long ago. The flags of our fathers, the love, the jealousy brought, Black Adder, back and forth. Once upon a time in Mexico, this boy's life, the lost continent. Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope, Fast Food Nation. Grenoble, Villeneuve, the city conceived today. 8 heads of a man, chasing liberty, dumb and dumber. The dedicated man, back to the future, dangerous proposition. Achieve all that, all that jazz. A few good men, are we there yet? And God created the world. Equal opportunity. When the American engaged to kill, lost in translation, memoirs of Asia, great expectations, a civil action, war games, testing the limits, whether will, the hand that rocks the cradle, the birth of a nation, Dr. Strangelove, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the poem, any which way you can, alienation. So I married an ex-murderer, Grenoble, Villeneuve, the city conceived anew, and so goodbye. A dedicated man, catch me if you can, a long kiss goodnight. We will endure, we were soldiers, diamonds are forever, dumb and dumber, on Harry and Lloyd, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, a great day in Harlem. Battlefield Earth, the saga of the year 3000. Analyze that. The War of the Roses. We are Marshall. The hills have eyes. The Beatles come to town. Dedicate. A view to a kill. Portion. Diatomines. The thrill of it all. Life is a house. The final destination. No resting place. For those who remain. They died with their boots on. Anywhere but here. That thing you do. The Empire strikes back. Maddened nation. They might be giants. Live and let die. This is Spinal Tap. Shall we dance? What dreams may come. In bad. All around. Variety. Commune. Do the right thing. But I'm a cheerleader, lost in translation, a clockwork orange, larger than life, the sixth sense, the way we were, the wind cannot breathe. Dedicate. The night we called it a day, God cannot buy. Consequent. So proudly we hail, why Papa cannot sleep. Hello. This film is not yet rated, on deadly ground, only the brave men in black. Night of the Living Dead, Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, The Return of the Living Dead, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, struggled. Here comes Mr. Jordan, The Hills Have Eyes, hallowed ground, as good as it gets, far and away. Above the law, our man Flint, poor white trash, absolute power to kill a mockingbird, just add love. Stop, or my mom will shoot. Detract. The world is not enough. Goodwill hunting, a little shop of horrors, high note, North Shore. A love song for Bobby. Long remember the Titans. What women want. We can be heroes. Say anything. Wish you were here. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. It can be done. Never say never again. Forget Paris. The wind that shakes the barley, they live. I know what you did last summer from here to eternity. Like it is, I'd rather be dead than live in this world. V for Vendetta, the story of us, the living daylights. When do we eat? Here and now. The gods must be crazy. Dedicated to the one I love, the Great Escape. LA Task Force, the remaining days, the land before time. Spies like us. Who's that girl? If these walls could talk. Honored. Shaun of the Dead. 2010, the year we made contact. Take this job and shove it. Increased. A slave's devotion. Back to the Future Part 2. 2 to play this game. Just cause for which it stands. They call me Bruce. It couldn't happen here. The woman who gave the last dragon, the full Monty, measure of a man, an Indian's wife's devotion. The people that time forgot. We will rock you. Queen, live in concert. Van Halen, live, right here, right now. Highly dangerous. Arthur's desperate resolve. The brain that wouldn't die. Are these our parents? Dense poet society. Children shall be not. Another teen movie. Girls just want to have fun. The day my God died. Love in vain. That sinking feeling. Steal this movie. Rhythm Nation 1814. None shall escape. The Hills Have Eyes 2. A Beautiful Mind. Escape from New York. Birth of a Notion. Freedom Riders. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That was then. This is now. American Government. Part 1. The Standard Deviants. Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship of the Ring. The People versus Larry Flint. City by the Sea. Ruthless People. The Hunt for the Red October. Ordinary People. They shall have music to have and have not Colombo. Publish or perish from the earth to the moon.
Bonjour.
pretended to be the Phantom Menace. You know what I mean? The ego separates from the caboose. It's this. Yes. No, I'm watching it right now. Looked like he was playing Pac-Man. United again, the astronauts head back. Re-entry. Yes. And landed in uncharted waters, apparently. It's a fake! They rejoice! They pulled it off! The biggest hoax in history! Just can't watch anymore. So fake news! Fake news! That is not the real president! There were no small steps of any kind. Man nor woman. Solid hoax.
Alright, ready for old school edition? I'm just wearing that shirt. I got the Joe Satriani. Surfing with an alien. Out there I'm working on my Flying V. That's a guitar if you think about it, it's cool. Someday I want to make my own. So Joe Satriani is like an amazing guitar player, like Eddie Van Halen, like he's up there. And, but it's kind of like mostly guitar nerds just know about him. Like he's a little bit mainstream, but not fully. But I want to make like an album of me just playing guitar. Like I want to try and make it good, but it would never be anything close to that. But just more of like a comical. Like I heard an interview with the guy that does the voice of Bob from Bob's Burgers. You know, he's got that voice. I can't even do it. But apparently he like hired these jazz musicians to make a jazz album, and he like is a casual player, and they played it on like NPR or whatever, and it was like he's talking about how they're playing with him, and he's like ding, 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 like kind of playing badly, and he's like, yeah, this is when they're all thinking, are you gonna really play yet, buddy, or what? I don't know. But it was funny that like he achieved the means to record a jazz album was his dream, even though he couldn't technically with the skills do it. And the jazz players were like, what the fuck? But I'm not a jazz person, so when I heard it, I was like, piano sounds great, Bob. Keep it up. So I'm hoping to do a record like that someday. But you see, like this idea, it's too big. Can't do it now. So I'm gonna take you outside. This Flying V is gonna be the desk for my trade show, but I'm also thinking it's coming out pretty good. So those were the pieces I cut in the Building Vince Corp video, but I was able to cut down these 2x4s and make kind of a little frame. And I don't think I'm going to have panels coming down very far. This will be easier to get in the car and everything. So this is what I'm planning on the legs. I cut these last night and then kind of gave up because it was too dark out. But I'm going to make legs on it that come off that'll look like V's. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to set the camera up and get back to work. And then you're like, yeah, speed up that to 2,000. And let me see you build that in 2 seconds. you know, in reality, you'd have to just be here hanging out for like an hour with me while I do all this. It doesn't take me too long, but it's just boring. So enjoy the Joe Satriani, sped up to 2,000 speed. You won't even know it's him. I guess that's kind of crooked. The movie of 1,000 Mistakes, the guy doesn't even know how to place a camera. But I just want it to look interesting. Because I'm a visual kind of guy. I like visual. Okay. Gotta set up the saw next. Slow down, slow it back down. It's an important tip here. So, normally I set up my saw in the backyard so that all the dust and stuff just shoots into the yard and like fertilizes the yard, kind of whatever. But today I want to work on the V right here on the cement, but I've got it shooting out over the compost bin. So I could technically open the compost bin and shoot the sawdust directly into the compost. And I'm even saying it like compost, like I'm becoming a gardener, even though I hate gardening. Nikki's the gardener, but when she wants to garden, it's more like it's not like, oh, we're gardening together. It's like, I move all the heavy shit and do all the digging. And I was like, this isn't gardening, this is laboring. And that's not what I'm doing on it. If I'm gonna labor, I'm gonna end up with a giant V out of it, not a plant in the ground, I'm sorry. Not a gardener. I'd play Chansey Gardener and be in there, that'd be cool. I'm Chansey the gardener, but not really a gardener because it's just labor. Alright, speed it up. Alright, it's time once again for my new safety campaign that I'm doing at Vince Corp called You Gotta Keep the Peeps. Oh shit, gotta camera move. There we go. Now along with the Keep the Peeps, you gotta call the cops. Really a fire department, but call the cops sounds better. So you should always have cordless phone out with you next to your equipment or cell phone. And this does, yeah, you can do this on your cell phone too, but a good safety tip is if you know that you're maybe not an accomplished carpenter, which I play one on TV, but I'm really not that great. What you do is you just dial 9-1, then stop. Now you got a phone that all you have to do is go beep. Oh, shit, okay. So, keep the peeps. Okay. So, stop it again. I was, thinking about, I just posted a picture of my little setup over here to Instagram going, day off, what's that? You know, like, but, and then back to work. And I was like, I think, I think literally just came into my mind, like, you know, the idea that artists are just kind of lazy and don't really work. And it's like, that's the biggest bullshit myth I've ever heard of, is because all artwork making is very, very hard. And unless you are at the 1% of artists that can go to, printing press and they have people like master printers that actually you collaborate with and work on it, but they do all the hard work. You know, it's like you gotta have the idea, which there's merit to that. Like a good idea is a good idea. Sorry, but I was just thinking about like how much better the world would be if everybody found something they could do that to them was an art. Like, say you like to build skateboards, like that's an art form. Building a board, you can't just take a 2x4 and put roller skate wheels on. Well, you can. That's what they did, but it really sucked. If you ever try, go home, get a pair of skates, and some old janky ones too, not the nice new ones. A pair of roller skates and 2x4s, put them together, and then try and shoot the scene from Back to the Future, because even the skateboard in that was like better. The guy that really did it, he was, yeah, anyways. I'm going off on a tangent here. But you see my point, is that like, today doesn't feel like a day of work to me. I'm off of my regular job, but now I'm making all the decisions, and I'm gonna end up with a sculpture / table for my installation and for my artwork, and the only reason I make artwork is to just express my feelings to people. So, it doesn't feel like work. I enjoy doing that. And so, some people hate building stuff out of 2x4s and plywood. I told you, those are like my Legos. It's fun time. You know, so, now, do I want to just build a regular wall and put drywall up on it? Nah, that's not that fun. But if I'm building a wall that I know is going to be in an art show, it's awesome. It's fun. It's not just a regular wall. I'm going to build a wall and make the museum pay for it. I actually do that all the time. I build walls and they pay for it. It's not that difficult. Maybe I should be fucking president. All right. Speed it up. Vince Kral here. Get the camera right, man. Hi, Vince Kral here. And when I like to build giant V's, I use Ready Patch to patch in all the holes and just make it look like it's one smooth surface. It was actually a brilliant idea by my beautiful partner Nikki, who's coming out right now. We're going to pause it because she doesn't like to be on camera. Okay. Nikki's gone now. We can talk safely amongst ourselves. I mean, I had to take the Roush record off, put on Last Dragon, and even she made fun of that. So I told her it was a good movie and she could use a little Last Dragon in her life. She said as long as it's the last one. So, yeah, took her to see The Last Jedi, and she was disappointed when she found out it wasn't, in fact, The Last Jedi. It wasn't the last Star Wars movie, that it's probably really just the many of more Jedi to come, and they're just going to keep making them. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the kid with the broom is going to get, sorry, that's really bothering me. Is going to get his own movie, probably. Yeah, okay, so back to the safety. Now, the writing on this can is so small. This is the Ready Patch from Australia. It's not from Australia, just Ready Patch. It's got a nice ring to it when you do the Australian. I'm sure it says wear safety glasses somewhere on here. But this is one time where I'm going to go against my, gotta keep the peeps. If I get this stuff in my eye, I was asking for it. So I think I can do it without getting it all in my eyes. So actually, really, if you want to see what I'm doing, basically, you just take your get your big globe, and you just put it right here, and then you scrape up all the excess, and then you make a new globe, and then you put that there, and there, and there. You just keep going, just getting globerific with it, really. Sometimes you might need to put it on the edge like that. Oh, look at that big global. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I think we had enough of that. All right. And back down. There we go. Right, that wasn't so bad. Right, we've learned a lot today. That even a jackass like myself can work better on keeping the peeps. I'm gonna clean up now. Nothing to see here. Okay, folks, you can go home now. Gonna go down to Ebo and play some music later. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, it's Vince Kral here. This is called How to Start a Rock and Roll Band. First thing, if you want to get, you need a band name and you need t-shirts, what you do is it's going to be the Going Trucks. So we already have one shirt, so we're off to a good start. Then you got to find people that actually have instruments. I have on the drums is Iggy, and over here on the bass is Uncle Ratso. And they prefer not to have their identities released, so they're wearing wrestling masks. I forgot, I left mine at home, otherwise I'd wear one too. But so yeah, they just start playing music.
All right.
check out and see what everybody thinks. Thanks for, like, we already know what Iggy thinks. You said it was not a blast. A lot of fun. Oh, okay. I thought you said it wasn't a blast, wasn't any fun, but thankfully. That was called How to Change a String in the Middle of a Song. Okay, the first time, this is the second time we've ever like jammed together. The first time, 2 notes in the first song, my A string broke last time, and so I had to play the whole time without strings. I didn't bring it with me. This time it broke, and I was ready, and I had everything, and I just kept going. And these guys did what every band is supposed to do when you break a string. You don't stop and go, oh, dude, did you break a string? No, you just keep going. I'm just gonna make noise and stuff, and like, sorry you had to see all that, but it was an important lesson.
It's fun when you come down here, you just cut loose, and all that shit, you don't think about it. It really does help you make instant choices about what you're going to do next.
Right.
You know?
That was a lot of fun. I think the world would be a better place if people would just like get together and just do weird random shit like this. You know, I think the hockey masks or the wrestling masks are optional. Goodbye. Alright, so I had a really good afternoon playing guitar with a couple of friends, played bass and drums. Started a band called the Going Trucks, since we already had the shirt. That video will be after this one. But right now I went to Home Depot and I got some green screen paint, and I'm gonna paint it green so I can make it disappear in my movies. First I'm gonna make sure I get it as flat as I can get it. So I googled green screen paint, and it came up with a Home Depot Apple Sparkle Super Flat. So I got a can of that. Alright, so that went on pretty well. Now I'm going to finish up the floor. And I'm saving enough of the paint. Ooh, I'm going to have to like cut a little scrap to put into that thing, because that's something wrong with the plywood. But we'll get to that later, so don't be critiquing that too hard. But now I'm just going to I think I totally left this on. You're just watching paint dry, literally. So sorry. There we go. Goodbye, everybody. So here's the table. My wonderful partner Nikki painted it for me. And then I painted the legs green. So this is coming together very nicely. Alright, all in a day's work. So they're still wet, so I can't go step on there, but I wanted to get a little footage. It's getting dark out. But the image looks like it's capturing okay. There's a lot of shadows. Probably have to get rid of those side beams because those are going to cause shadows. But I hope you enjoyed watching me work today, and get back to you soon.
Hello, my name is Kral, and I'm the new CEO of Vince Corp. What is Vince Corp? The scary thing is, I'm the one that's in charge. One of the main initiatives for Vince Corp is to promote our work, love, peace, joy, world peace in the world, one heart piece at a time. Vince Corp has taken over the most ambitious, collaborative, experimental film ever. Just gonna go out and say that. Our main artist, Vince Kral, has been releasing test screens, test shots for his movie, The Movie of a Thousand Mistakes. He's got over 12 clips loaded. We're up to 14 Patreon subscribers. And we've had our first collaboration. I was up all night till about 6 in the morning working on the videos yesterday. And I'm really exhausted. And I need to just get through this great test. Alright. Oh, shit. I was gonna bring a... Hey, it's Vince Kral here. It's like 2:30 in the morning on a Monday night. I know I should be in bed, but I just uploaded the Mr. Green Screen's Make Me a Dream. It's 13, 14 videos I've made for this movie that at the start of this, I didn't think it was gonna work. I was almost kind of going, you know what, conceptually, if it's a failure, whatever. But now it's turning into something that I'm actually starting to get behind and to believe in for myself. The last few years have been really difficult for numerous reasons. I mean, I'm already like tearing up thinking about all the shit that people I love have gone through, this country has gone through. You know, I'm to the point now where, you know, if you voted for Trump, I'd be like, snap these off, thanks a lot. And that's natural. But I'm like, been thinking a lot about all this, like, spirituality and stuff, and myths and whatnot. Been thinking about how you can't be mad at other people because essentially we all come from the same God. And I'm gonna stop using the word God because every time you say it, you see the old guy with the gray beard. When I think of God, I don't think of a Christian God or any other thing. I think of a life force or the sublime. And that's what Joseph Campbell was talking about in one of his talks. That, the sublime is just simply something that we cannot comprehend. You know, like we can't imagine not being in these bodies and being here, but that we're each part of that life force and God, and that's how we should treat each other. And it's like all religions, well, I don't know, but a lot of them, you know, it's like, you know, be kind to your neighbor, like blah, 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 you know, the 10 Commandments and stuff. They're all fairly decent rules. None of us can frickin' stick to them, but so I thought, you know, I've been thinking a lot about this. I've been seeing a therapist and talking about what's important in your life, and world peace was in the cards. There was a stack of like 100 cards, like love, relationships, you know, car, fame, blah, blah, you know, all this stuff. And like, what's important? You should maybe separate out the cards. And then there were some, and I took religion, and that religion's not important to me. And I put that in the not important one. I think I did rules, you know, because rules are important, but there's also rules that were meant to be broken, and that's my artistic side talking. And I'm actually starting to believe, like, it was in Joseph Campbell was talking about the cave paintings were the first things, and that artists were the first shaman, and the shaman was like the connection to the sublime, of being able to explain to people why we're here and what we should do with ourselves, and, you know, be good to each other should be at the top of that list. And I started a religion called Vincentology, and I know it sounds disgusting and like, oh, it's like Scientology, and they're totally ripping people off and taking their stuff. And yeah, I actually agree with that 100%. But I also think there are plenty of Christian organizations that are just, you know, the evangelist shit on TV, like John Oliver talked about, where they send you a piece of paper with your hand on it, you know. So I'm like, fuck that. I need my religion. Because if these guys are telling people to just send them money, because here's how Vincentology works. Don't fucking send me money. I got the $1 a month for Patreon subscribers if they want to see these videos that I'm not going to show to anybody. Because I sound nutballs crazy. And I posted the last video I posted, I purposely put some mumbo jumbo there. It's like I'm trying to play, everyone thinks I'm funny. And you know, I make everybody laugh all the time and find weird connections, and that's absolutely true. But I am also very serious, dead serious, about certain things. And I feel like I'm getting a little heavy and serious, so I thought I'd play a little guitar. It's a dad joke, because this is a little guitar. This is my daughter's guitar. Is it still recording? Yeah. I only got 2 minutes left? I guess that's it. I gotta clear out the freaking hard drive. Damn it. Alright. Well, that was a good talk. I've been trying to write all this stuff down, but you know what? I'm not gonna write it down anymore. I'm just gonna do these video blogs, and this is gonna be part of the movie, and it's gonna look weird. One of the episodes is gonna be like hoarders. And it's like, oh, Vince, yeah, we gotta get this cleared out. Where are you gonna get rid of this stuff? What are you gonna do with the anvil? Oh, I don't know if I can get rid of the anvil. Okay, Vince, what about... What's this? It looks like it broke off of it. Oh, that's from the old Rush watch. The 2112 watch. I can't throw that away. No. I can make fun of hoarders because, look. I'm a hoarder. I said it. There we go. That's the box from my last residency. I still have it. It's empty. Okay, goodbye.
Good evening. This is Vince Kral. I'm the new CEO of Vince Corp. And I am taking over these video blogs. There's going to be no more fast-forwarded me working and stuff on random projects. Right now, I mean like construction and stuff. It's all welcome to conceptual part of the evening. I'm going to get out my card here, because you know I love to show everybody my card. I know I have a new card, the Vincentology, but let's not forget the past. There is still very good stuff on this card. Mastermind. It's good. I don't sound like a mastermind right now. I'm super tired. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Friday. I don't have to work tomorrow, but I am going to get my tarot cards read at Disco Dolls, and I'm excited about that. And it's my friend EB is doing the readings, and I sent her a message and said, "Hey, would you do my reading if I showed up in costume? B, would you let me videotape the reading? C, could we reshoot it again? I wanted to do a real reading the first time, and then C, reshoot it, but let me pick the cards that she's going to draw so I can put it in my movie." And she was like, yes, yes, and hell yes. So I have an appointment at noon tomorrow, so I do have to get to sleep pretty soon and do that. But I'm purging the garage, and I finally found, I found the clown costumes. Yeah, there will be warnings. Like maybe if I ever show up and I've got the nose on, then if you don't like clowns and you know who you are, you might want to just stop it and maybe pause ahead, because there will be clown clones in a future episode. I'm actually, right now I have the 2112 comic book DVD is recording, or I ripped it off of the DVD so that I can, oh, now the damn, alright, the air unit's on so loud, I'm sure you can't even hear me. But remember, the last episode, remember when I was saying that I'm a hoarder? Oh, this doesn't look very good. I'll take you in the side way. I had to put stuff back in there, because I figured out what I'm going to do for my installation. I'm not going to give too much away. I want you guys to want to come back. But I painted this table black to match the Flying V. Can't even see it. There we go. And, but no, I've made a dent in the pile of stuff, and I'm actually going to reuse that box I was complaining about that I sent all my stuff. It's like the perfect size to put, to make like a cardboard soft crate. And when I do that, I'll show you how I pack everything. And that is legit preparator knowledge. But, so I've also been making the stripes for the car, which I don't know if I told you guys. I'm going to Van Halenize my car. Oh, I look like an angel like that, huh? I don't have my flashlight. You can't even see. Oh, I doubled the Mr. Green screens. I added another 8 feet wide and 8 feet tall, so that now when I shoot, hopefully, I won't have to crop it out. If you look at the first Mr. Green screens, I had to crop the image where I was dressed up in all the different stuff. But here's the, looks kind of like Indiana Jones. Viviana Clones is the name I came up for, which is going to be the character that's looking for the Crystal Ripper, which is a crystal skull, but instead of saying Crystal Skull, it's a Ripper, like on the skateboard, which I'll show you in a second here. So these are you can't see, can you? These are the stripes. This lantern sucks. Anyways, I've got a bunch of magnetic stripes that I'm going to be able to Van Halenize my car with, and turn off. Alright, I can take them off, and then it's not Van Halenized anymore. Why did I look like a ghost? Oh, it's this light I was holding. Yeah, duh. Oh, here's the better light, instead of the lantern. I was going to show you the skateboard. Where did they go? They're up there. Yeah, so Mark Gonzalez. So you can find history, pop culture history in skateboards too. There's Jeff Phillips. There's Kevin Staub, the mad scientist. I can't see. Anyways, this is one of the worst videos ever. Alright, so here you are, folks. The Ripper is a skull coming out of a skateboard. It's the Powell Peralta thing. Let me turn this around. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good shot. So it's going to be Viviana Jones and the Crystal Ripper. Ripperhead, maybe. I can't remember what I said, but it's a big mashup, like everything else. Yeah, I think that's it. I want to keep this short, but I'm really excited. I got all day Saturday to get some filming done, but also I'm going to build the installation. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it is awesome. It's going to be amazing. There'll be talk shows, clown clones. I'm going to figure out which way to say it. Clown clones. There goes the garage. Close the blast door. And I gotta let it close, and then it's lights out. But thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I got like 3 in one shot. $2 $5 a month. That blows me away. I know that money is, it's a weird thing, because like, I know it's like $1 a month, but it's not a big deal. Even $12 a year, that's like nothing. But it means a lot to me, and it's like the commitment and signing up, just the hassle of signing up your card to something or hooking up your PayPal account. I mean, it's secure and everything, nothing to worry about, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, holy crap, you know? And then the one friend that did the $5 was talking to me, she's like, no, man, I really believe in what you're doing, you know? It's like, I'm going to do, and I'm not trying to get you, everyone else, because it's not about the money. It's about this back, like inside my mind and what's going on. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. Please let me know if you don't. If there's too much information, like TMI, by all means, I can stop carrying this camera around. But I know also I'm going to shoot the first actual plot scene tomorrow with the tarot reading, and then a special surprise with the Van Halen guitar, or Van Halen car. It's going to be magical. If I get the Sunday is when you'll probably expect a video of the installation, because I'm going to just shoot footage tomorrow. I might start on the installation, but it's going to be outside. I've got a tarp, but I can't leave it out overnight. Maybe parts of it. We'll see. It's going to be amazing, and I got to get this done so that it's ready to be in the car by Thursday night. The clock's ticking, boys and girls, and them. They, them. I got to work on that one. Alright. From Vince Corp, it's Vince Kral. I love you guys. I love you all. It's getting late. I got to go to bed. Have a good night. Hello?
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, Corey.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I have all the Vince coin.
No, I have all the
That is
Vince coin
correct.
in the entire world.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not a joke.
Yes, I have all the Vince
I
coin.
mean, I have
Question.
subscribers that
How
have
much
paid
is
them
Vince coin
for
worth?
the Vince coin, but they can only use it with me. They
Answer.
can't.
Not much.
They can't. I guess they could
But
buy
it will
and
be,
trade them
I'm the
themselves,
one
but
that
they
makes
can't
them.
buy anything.
I make,
They can't
I
go to
make the
Waffle
Vince
House
coin.
with it.
Listen to me. Corey, listen to me.
Yeah, I know,
I
it's
make
just
the
like we
Vince coin.
planned.
Well,
No, I'm
technically
telling you, the
Pro
Vince coin
Copy
is gonna
does,
work.
but you know what I mean. I know Marion designed them.
Do I
Yeah,
need the,
but it's my
to get
picture
the
on
CEO
there,
of
isn't it?
finance down here to explain this to you?
I know Vile drew the
I don't have
picture of
time
me,
to deal
but
with
it's
this
still
right
a
now.
picture of me.
I'm the CEO
Okay,
of
Corey,
Vince
Corey,
Corp.
Corey, shut
Me.
up. Shut up and listen
Vincent
to me.
John Kral.
I'm
VJK.
Vincent
I don't
John
care what
Kral,
it takes
and I am
for you to remember
the
that.
CEO of Vince Corp.
I'm Vincent John Kral.
It wasn't a
I
hostile
am the
takeover.
CEO of Vince Corp.
It was a hostile makeover,
Therefore,
and it's done.
I have all of the Vince
So
coin
you need to
in the
realize
entire world.
that
Minus the stuff that I've
Vincent
been
John Kral
paying out
is the one
dividends.
and only.
Rest is all mine.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's try and get that
I'm
straight, all right?
CEO.
Bye.
Vince Corp. Vince coin is the currency of Vince Corp. It's an umbrella.
Look.
Under the umbrella of Vince Corp. Corey, I'm
This is
getting
the last
tired of
time I'm
having to
gonna tell you.
explain this to you.
I am the CEO.
Right.
I have
okay.
the Vince coin. And on the
Go to
entire
website.
planet.
Yep. VinceCorp.com.
Yeah, I make it, I sign it.
And read
It's
it.
all about
okay?
me.
All right. When you get done reading that, then you call me back.
Oh.
Tomorrow.
And Corey?
It's 3:30 in the morning. I've still
Click.
got things to shoot. Oh, and Corey?
You just got shrewded.
Click.
Shrewded in mystery.
Princess Leia Kenobi, it's
Yes.
very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So much for coming today.
Thank you.
So I love to read the cards for you, and I have a very lovely deck. This is called Tarot of the Cat People.
Okay.
So this deck was created by a woman named Karen Kuykendall. And
Okay.
she was rather a sci-fi illustrator in the 1970s and 80s. So she did an entire realm of people that are shown in these cards. Okay, so this is a really, really cool deck. So she was a serious cat lady,
Okay.
major cat lady. She loved cats so much that she had 13 of them.
Wow.
And she died alone in her house in Arizona, and her cats ate her. So she sacrificed herself.
Right. That's
For
the
her
ultimate
cats.
gift.
So, yes. So I thought you would appreciate that little story about
That's
this
worse
deck.
than the giving
So-
tree, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because at least you still were the stomp at the end of that one.
But you know, there's a part of me that feels like she probably would not have objected, right?
Right.
If you live by yourself and you have 13 cats, it's most likely that you're going to be okay with. So the people that she's created in this deck are from the outer regions. That's what she calls this area of the galaxy where these people reside.
Wow. So she's created her own universe and story.
She did, and each one of these suits represents a different realm or a different kingdom, if you will, that's in that world. And each one of them are associated with a different type of land, different resources, different cultures, but they all admire cats. So there's cats all the way through the deck, and a lot of that feline energy is in this deck. So since you are also an intergalactic wise woman, man, take your pick. I thought that this deck would be the best for you.
Okay.
So I also shuffle the decks. I love cards, period.
Right.
So I love to shuffle. So I shuffle them all the time to keep them totally random.
Okay.
But when we do the reading today, I can shuffle them a few more times, and then I'd like for you to cut the deck. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle
Fair
3
enough.
times, and then I'll put the deck in front of you, just like we're playing poker.
Right.
And you can cut the deck however many times you like. So tell me, Princess Leia Kenobi.
Slaya.
Slaya.
Yeah, S-L-A.
Sorry, I did not-
Oh, it's alright. It sounds just like Princess Leia Kenobi.
I got you.
It's Princess Slaya.
Slaya Kenobi.
Name given to me by a Canadian.
That figures. All right, cut those cards for me. Okay, so is there anything in particular that you have a question about that you would like to have answered, or just anything in particular that you would like to explore?
How much time do you have?
So pick one.
Okay, I have the ultimate question. Is world peace possible? Not even in my lifetime. I'm not that. I don't have that high of hopes. But
All right. Is it possible? So let's just spread the cards out. So do you want a yes/no answer?
whatever answers, I'll take whatever answers I can get, even just clues at this point.
Okay. Is it possible?
Right.
Is it possible? Well, let's just see. The Ten of Cups says yes.
All right.
So, tens and cups, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, tens represent the harvest, okay? So if you think of 0 as the seed, right? And 1 is the seed blossoming, right? And 2 is the first 2 leaves coming out.
Right.
And 3 is the first real leaves coming out, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is it growing, putting fruit on the vine.
Right.
And then 10 represents the action of harvesting the ripe fruit, okay? So 10 represents harvest. It represents that all things have been present for this thing to happen, and now it's happened. So a 10 is usually a yes. It's usually a yes, this thing is possible. And cups. Cups, in the tarot has 4 suits, just like playing cards do, right? So, and each one of the suits in the tarot corresponds to a suit in a playing card deck. In a playing card deck, this would be the 10 of hearts.
Because the heart-shaped cup.
Right?
Chalice.
And then also, the cups are associated with emotions and feelings and love. So the Ten of Cups, and as you can see by looking at this image, this guy's got it pretty good. He's surrounded by all of his cats, and
he's got the cats.
Yeah, clearly they love him, right? And this cat in particular is super happy.
Right.
Right. Upside down. You can almost
got
hear
4,
him purring.
5. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cats.
He's got 5 cats here. And
So
then
he's not at the danger zone of being eaten by the cats yet.
He is not in any danger.
He's a pretty big fellow, though.
He's good.
And they're big cats. So
He's got it under control, yeah.
Okay.
So these are probably more like Manxes than, house cats.
Okay.
So the Ten of Cups says, yes, it's possible. So, yes, world peace is possible. How about galactic peace? Let's go for galactic peace. Let's just go ahead and spread it all the way out into the galaxy.
Right.
So the next question would be... what do we need to get there?
Yeah. Yeah, what is... Because I'm actually... The cups were reminding me of the Holy Grail, and I was...
And that's a very good association. There is actually the Knight of Cups is considered to be Galahad. So he is considered to be the one who is carrying the Grail. So... so there is also the element of that in these cards for sure.
I've been searching for clues and making notes, and I didn't bring my notes with me. I'm so sorry, but I remember writing something that said this is the quest, and it had to do with world peace. Everything that I'm trying to do, it's all centered around laying the seeds. It's funny you're talking about seeds for world peace, and I'm trying to find messages hidden everywhere in the media and news, and that's why I've come to you for more clues.
And they are there for sure.
Yeah.
And this says yes, it's possible. So I feel like let's ask 2 questions.
Right.
Let's say, what do we collectively need to get here? And then let's make the next one. What do you individually need to know or do to help?
That's like
Okay, so this is what we need in order to make that happen.
Magic.
The Magician, specifically, the Magician, this is a really great card to have here. Collectively, we all need the Magician. So the Magician is major arcana in the tarot. So unlike playing cards don't have the major arcana. The major arcana is a series of cards that goes from 0 to 21. So there are 22 cards total in the major arcana.
Okay.
The Fool is 0. The Fool card is somewhere in here still. The Magician is 1. Okay? So the Magician, you'll notice here that the Magician is holding a wand. Okay, so if you look at the card, you'll see that the Magician is holding...
I see his face, yeah, okay.
He's holding a wand, and then you'll see in front of him, he has a cup, and a disc, and a sword.
Okay.
So the Magician holds all 4 of the other suits in this card. So the Magician is able to take all of those disparate elements, right? So the wands represent the element of fire.
Okay.
Swords represent the element of air. Cups represent the element of water, and discs represent the element of earth, right? So we've got those 4 basic elements.
Right.
The Magician is able to bring all of those elements together to create whatever it is that he's creating, right? You'll also see the infinity symbol over his head, okay? So he has mastered these things, okay? You'll also notice that he is alone, except for the kitty cat on his head.
Everybody likes the cats. The cat lady. I love it.
So when the Magician shows up, the Magician means practice and study, scholarship, right? The Magician, right? Because here's the thing about the Magician, right? We only see the magic, right? the magician does not ever let us see how it's done, right? Because he has already done all of his preparation in solitude and all of his practice and his study in solitude so that he has perfected it on his own. So that when he goes out into the world to manifest that thing, what everybody else sees is just the end result and not all of the work that went into it, right? So he represents doing all of the hard work required to make that magic, right? But he does it on his own, right? And he does it in seclusion where nobody else can see him, right? So he's developing his skills and his power, and then he goes out in the world and provides it to everybody, right? Puts on the magic show, if you will, right? Or solves the issue. Or this could also be, right, so we think of the magician, we see a guy here, but it's important to remember that this is also, this can also represent women.
It's gender neutral.
Right, it is very gender neutral, but it is a man on the card, so the energy is definitely masculine and has that kind of masculine energy to it.
So he's wearing a dress.
Robes.
Robes, difference, okay.
But it's also important to recognize that, of course, women can take on masculine traits and energy in order to accomplish things. And men can take on feminine energy in order to be receptive and creative and whatever else they need in order to have that feminine energy in their life. So there's also that idea of the balance.
I mean, I agree, it does look like a robe, but you have to also agree that that is a snazzy pattern for a robe. And that would be a very, like, Leanne, we need to get a dress made here with we have a new pattern for a dress.
Yeah, well, she loves all of these. Here. This is one of her favorite decks.
Is she going to make a fashions line after it?
I'm hoping that this will inspire her to make some clothing.
I think that would be great.
Inspired by this. Yeah. So this is an answer to the question, what do we collectively need to get to world peace? We need the magician.
We need the magician to be working behind the scenes.
In other words, each and every one of us individually needs to be our own magician, working behind the scenes, doing the things in private that we need to do so that when we go out into the world, we can make that magic manifest.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there ever a time where the magician actually makes known his preparations?
At his convenience, yes. The thing about the magician, too, is that he calls the shots for sure, right? So if he does want to share that knowledge, then yes, he will. The way that he does that is in another card. So he then transforms into the Hierophant. So if the Hierophant shows up, the Hierophant is the magician transformed into the spiritual leader or spiritual visionary who is then able to transmit that information to other people, okay? So typically if the magician shows up as opposed to the Hierophant, it's more likely to be still on the lowdown, right? And keeping that in the private realm, whereas if the Hierophant shows up, then yes, it's time to take it out into the world and share it with other people.
Right. So how many cards do we pull here?
Well, we're going to pull one more card for you. So this is for you. Yeah. So what is it that you individually need to know or do to contribute to this? Okay? So I'll pull this card for you.
Okay. Do I have to ask that question, or that's the question?
You can ask that question.
I need to know what I need to do to contribute to world peace.
All right. I think this one.
Something. Eight of Cups.
So the Eight of Cups, you'll see all the cups are overturned,
right?
And he's headed away.
Right.
He's headed out. So this card will typically show up when somebody has finished something in life that has given them a lot of grief, and they're leaving it behind.
Wow. Okay.
So you'll see, and this is represented by all of these overturned cups, right? So there was a party here, right? Everybody was having a great time, but it's also important to remember that the cups, as a suit, represent the emotions and the element of water, which can also be associated with tears and grief, right? So these cups overturned represent the end of the party, right? They represent fullness, right? So 8s also represent fullness and abundance, right? In other words, this is all the fullness and abundance, and he's had enough of it. And he is headed away. Now, he is turned and looking back over his shoulder at it, right? So he's kind of wondering, do I need to leave this behind? But he is headed out, and he's got a little feline companion there with him.
Is that feline? Okay.
This card will often come up for somebody who is...
oh yeah, it's on the other side of his boot. I saw the red boot and thought it might be a fox, but no, you're right. It's just a shadow of a cat. Those cups are beautiful too.
Those, you know what those look like? They look like the Indiana Jones Last Crusade. They're a little... No, they're too fancy. Because that one was just clay, but it looks like one. You know what it looks like?
Cup, right?
It looks like one of the wrong choices.
It does look like one of the wrong choices. And
is that deep or what?
This card very often represents somebody who is overcoming addiction and who has walked away from either a physical addiction to a substance or a really bad relationship of some kind or a really bad job or something where they were just full up with whatever it was. I'm done. I've had enough. This no longer serves me. This card represents that moment of walking away and committing to walking away. Now, that doesn't mean, like you said, he is looking back over his shoulder, right? So it's not like you don't do that without misgivings or questioning yourself, right? That's a natural part of the process, but he's still walking away. This card still shows him walking away, even though he might have a little bit of...
Right.
But he's not going back. He is only moving forward here.
Right. So you could take that like, not forgetting the past, but not dwelling in it.
Exactly.
Like it's in the rearview mirror.
It is in the rearview mirror.
We know it's there.
So you have already... So what this says... So the question was, what do you need to do to contribute to this? This card says you've actually already done it. You have actually already done the thing that you needed to do. You're already walking that path. You've already started on that path. Now, this is the beginning, right? Because these cups are still in view and he's still turning around and looking at it. So this also represents that you've just walked away from all of that. So you just started on this path. So there's still, there's still work to be done.
How long ago, like in Earth time?
So we don't
Days,
really
weeks,
see
months,
we don't
or
see a
doesn't matter?
timeline. There's not really a timeline here.
Okay.
So
It doesn't matter. I was just curious.
yeah, and of course time expands and contracts to fit however we need it to fit in that moment, right? But typically it is going to represent the relatively recent past. In other words, this is not years ago.
Right.
Okay. This is within the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months, right? Because now if we just saw a field with just empty cups and this guy kind of
then that
in
was
the distance, okay, this was a
years
while ago, right?
Okay.
But we know here that this is still fairly recent happening.
It's beautiful.
So you're asking the right questions, first of all, and you're also on the right track here. With the actions that you've already taken, you're definitely on the right path.
Okay.
Good work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Gonna slow down on the drinking, boys. A little bit of mix, a little bit of a cement. frankly, is not impressed. No, that can't be good. Away. Yep, that Rockford, yep, he got away. Oh, he sure did. He always gets away. Booking! Oh! Oh, go! Watch out, Rockford! Go! No! Come on. Good night, Rockford. Carl, we've got something.
All right,
really exciting.
everybody.
I'm Carl Fagan. I am your host. You know I don't like to pull your chain. We've got somebody very special here. It's those artist. Everybody let's hear it for Vince Kral. Pure.
All right.
100.
So you have an art piece for you? What do you have
100%
here?
authentic.
What is this?
Fake goat's blood. It's not baby goat's blood. It's not
Get
even goat's
outta
blood.
here.
It's fake blood. Fake goat's blood.
Baby goat's blood. What?
You got it right here. All right.
It's
so
not even
important.
fake. It's not even fake baby goat's blood. It's just fake
blood?
goat's blood.
Oh my goodness, Vince! I was getting ready to call security. 100.
Somebody bring me the red phone.
Fake.
Security?
We've got a nutball down here trying to sell baby goat's blood.
Hey.
Yeah. No.
Goat's blood.
It's not even fake baby goat's blood.
Fake news.
Thank you.
Thank God.
Stand down. Because nobody wants to drink real goat's blood.
I don't know, folks. Should I try
Give
it?
it a shot. Give it a shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really good. It tastes just like baby goat's blood.
Look at that one, I know.
I'm just going to hang on to this baby goat's blood for the rest of the show.
It's a Ghostbusters trailer.
Another one, huh? What do we...
Yeah, it's pretty
Vince?
cool. Originally,
Slow down, eh?
it
To
wasn't very sustainable.
quote my Canadian friends, slow down. Oh, take off, eh? Yeah.
Can we get the lights off in here?
Yeah. Turn out the lights. Shall we turn out the lights?
Look at that.
What are some of the most awesome features besides the blinking light?
Yes.
Ooh.
Do you ask? You want to know what?
Folks, what do you think, huh?
It's literally a little guitar.
It just
Think
fits
it
into the
tastes
frame
good
better.
as, you know, if you can score a
Nice tall glass of fake ghost
dad
blood.
joke, then why not? But it looks like you're making noise. What you want to do is run
Take a
hard.
beat.
If you want this to make noise, you
Okay.
gotta get
Plus,
some
mine's
effects
left-handed.
pedals between a volume pedal or something on the ground to make it look good. So no, the technology.
Does the trap make
All right.
noise? Folks, we want things that are gonna make noise, yeah, and maybe quiet's good.
You, my friend, are going to be interested. Are you telling me that each and every one of your Patreon monthly subscribers is earning $100 What are you gonna get for $20? I have
Isn't this incredible?
several packs
Folks,
of
Genius
Vince coin,
created his own money.
various denominations. You get a whole pack.
I
Vince coin.
color
Comes
me
in its own
impressed,
envelope.
sir.
Vince coin's so big it won't even fit in the envelope. The Vince coin's
Whoa,
busting
whoa,
out
whoa,
and going,
back
spend
it
me,
up.
spend me on
Back
some
up
of Vince's
frame.
stupid sculptures.
People are actually going to give you money for fake money just to help you make videos.
Yeah, keep it rolling, rolling, rolling. You gotta keep them rolling, rolling. Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold.